in today's world, we are too present. You need to be the opposite. I'm going to explain to you why you need to be less present. Because through social media these days, we are connected with people that are 7,000 kilometers away. You can connect with them in a matter of seconds. That's how much this revolutionation has impacted us. So today I'm going to explain you with 4 points why you need to be more absent than present these days. So the first point is scarcity increases value. If it is a product, if it is a person, if it is an event, the less it's happening, the more it's being valued. So if you're always available, people assume later down the line that you're always available. But if you're always available, it's not this, oh, that man is coming, Well, you're sitting there and but I'm here too. Why is he more or she more important when I'm here? That is simply to do with you're always available. You're always there. So if you strategically become less present, say, I have some things to do. First thing, people start to wonder, what is he going to do? Second thing, they think, but I need him here. I need him. So they beg you to be there. But like what I said, if it is a supercar, a Bugatti, most common cars known, the less it is, because of its high price point, if it drives by, people are going like this with their phones. I need to have it. I need to have it. Wow, man, look at this. I see a Bugatti. They're going like that. Why? Because it's valuable. It's less in circulation. With a famous person, it's the same. If you have Billie Eilish or Taylor Swift, you value her. She does not have much time, actually. She has a concert and she flies to the other side of the world to do a next concert. And she's going and going and going and going. So you value her time, that she's there to sing for you. So let me take an example for you. You're at your workplace. You cover every shift. You help everyone with the task. Minor things. Replacing things, responding to everyone, even outside hours. People are expecting that you help them. People are going like, let's say, you're Samantha. Samantha, can you help me? Yeah, of course. Even if it's your day off, you help them. And it's hard to say no then, because you feel a sense of guilt that you need to help someone. So therefore, be less available. Then your value naturally increases. Now, the second point is command more respect. It's something to be earned. It's a long-term process, this. And when you're always available, always accessible, people may not even appreciate you're there. You force people to just think, I'm here. But if you do the opposite, you force people to recognize you there. Oh, I'm in. You're here too. Great. Nice to see you again in, what was it? 2 months maybe? Great to see you, man. How's it going? They instantly want to know what's going on. It's the same with parties. So if you're always available for a party, always available for that event, people just invite you because then they have someone. And then there comes that girl, that boy, and it's like, oh, she's here, let's come, let's party and everything. And you're sitting there, what the fuck is that? Why do I not matter? But it's the same in work. Let's take that example again. If you're always responding, always helping, but also responding immediately, not after an hour, no, immediately, being full-time employed, 24/7, just people think that you're available. And when you're 10 minutes late, they're going to scold at you and say, "Where have you been? I needed you and everything." Then they play the victim card. Well, you're the victim eventually. So let's get into point 3 very fast. Maintain control in relationships. Whether it is in business, friendship, romance, being too present makes you lose all your leverage that you have. Let's say high-end business, biggest companies. You're always there to respond, always there for a meeting, always there to help someone. What kind of boss are you? For them, you're seen as a good boss. But to the rest, they do not want to do any business with you because you're too available. It needs to bring value, that you make time for them. So then, you need to be strategically absent. And when you're strategically absent, you create that leverage, you create that uplift in respect, in value, and then it gives a better engagement as well because people value, they're now interested. And it's not like I said, you're just that invite party guy because we have someone. And it's also saying with too much yes. You want to say more no than yes. I've explained it in 10 videos ago. Say more no to yes. A no does not mean a bad thing, but it prevents you from falling to this law. So, we get into the 4th point already. We're going fast today. This is what happens when you're absent. It creates mystery. People want to know where you are. They start to wonder, what is he doing? Why does he not have the time to respond to my text? Why does he ignore me? What does he do that is more important than me? That's the average girl think, by the way. But it makes you seem more interesting, and therefore you become more influential. Why? If you're always available, always there, people just go. He is there. I can say it 5 times more in this video, but it is one of the key parts of this video. So let's take for example, if you are the one that needs to reach out to hang out with someone, always, I was that kind of guy, by the way. My best friend, I needed to ask, she would come, but was nothing crazy. My best friend, not really. I was the one always who needed to ask to go somewhere, to go to a party, to go to an event, to hang out. And then I started doing the opposite, which you may feel lonely at first, which is completely understandable. What do you need to do? Stop reaching out. Sometimes you can reach out, but you want them to reach out. Hey, John. Hi, Rick. Let's come to this party, man. It's going to be awesome. Do you want to come? No. I have other things to do. And if you've said that 2 times before, then say, yes, man, let's come on. Let's do it. Then it creates a mystery around you. You're not available. You have something going on and they do not know about it, which for most people is hard to forget about these days. And then it just flows you into more mystery. You create an aura of mystery around yourself. That is what you want. It's same with Peaky Blinders. You may know the series, but they're less available. They pull away from a deal. They say, you know, man, I've not the time, I go away. Here, we'll do it for your price. You limit your availability, your value goes up. They instantly brought up. That comes to my key lesson, which is the first sentence in the summary of the chapter. If something is too much in circulation, it loses its value. Think about that. But think about that. That car, the Bugatti, is less circulation, it goes up. If it is that one girl, you value her more. That's just how it goes. But think about that. But also, how do you prevent this? That you fall into the current path you're following? Well, do less for people and say more no. How hard it is, how wrong it may seem. People trying to manipulate you to be your slave. To be their slave, eventually. Sorry. That's what they're doing. They manipulate you, then you're their slave, without you even knowing it, because you think you're doing it out of kindness. But in the end, they expect it when they ask it. So you're just a slave then. And you do not want that. Limit how much you react. Do not react too much. If you react, it does not need to be a page of a book. If the question is, man, how are you these days? Do not go like, yes, being good, I've done this. Yeah, man, it's doing good. Nothing quite fancy, but it's doing good, man. Oh man, what have you done? Then you can go and list out your things that you have done. But if you go, front gate is open, and you flood out with water, like a tsunami, man, what are you doing? Do not do that, please. Limit how much you're available. It's the same with reacting, but it's more in person this touch. So, if someone says, hey man, can you come to this party? No man, I have some things to do. Do not say what. If people need a reason for what, they're not a friend after all. They're just suspicious of what you're doing. Just say, no man, I have things to do. Sorry, I cannot come. Even do not say sorry, by the way. Man, I cannot come. Why say sorry for something you're not even done? That's one common thing we do these days. But also, sometimes you need to accept that you need to be lonely sometimes. It may sound sad, it may sound like you're entering the dark path of life. It's not. It is a mental challenge. It was hard for me. The first moment I gathered all people from the middle school, high school, every friend at work that I had, I cut it out completely. If I walk in the supermarket, I say, hi man, how's it going? Yeah, great. Have a nice day, man. Nothing much. But I've cut out completely. Now, on my Snapchat, I have 4 people. Where 2 of them I chat with. And the rest, do not bother. I do not care. Why should I care? Same with my neighbors. If they ask, you know, man, can you babysit? Sorry, man, I cannot do it. If I say always yes, they expect you to do it, and then you need to say no. It's a hard thing. And it may feel lonely, as I said, but in the end, it's much more worth it. But it is a mental challenge to do it. Now we come to the counterpart of this, and being too long gone may result that people even forget about you. Like you had these famous persons, Michael Jackson. Yeah, if someone mentioned it, you know, oh yeah, Michael Jackson, and then you've forgotten it. If it is one friend from school, in kindergarten, I don't know, you've not spoken to them, it's just gone. That's the whole thing. Being too long gone, too long not responding, people just delete you and expect you've disappeared from the face of the earth. But also build a strong relationship. If you want a strong relationship, be it with your partner, be it with the best friend you have, you need to be present sometimes. You cannot say, oh, I got out a week and then maybe I respond. No, you cannot do that. You respond to them within a few minutes because they value to you. They mean something to you. So then it's just better to respond more. That's not what I'm doing now. What I'm going to say is, if you want opportunities, you need to show you're there. You cannot expect to be the next $1 million business owner if you're not there. You cannot expect to be the next Messi or Ronaldo if you're not showing you're there. You cannot expect to be the new CEO of a company if you're not there. You cannot expect anything if you're not there. New relationships, new friends, partners, job opportunities, you cannot expect them. And this one, most of the times it's not, but by too long absence, really long absence, there's mostly a stage when this happens, is that people start to wonder about you, forget about you, then you come back, then they think you're scared, that you're weak, that's the point. And then after that, if it's continuing, they think, no, it's not. There's something more going on. Being too absent can show a weakness, but stretching it more shows that you're not weak. So that is everything that I want to say in this video. I understand if it is long. Most of these videos are 20 minutes easily. It's just so much information, so much talking. I remember at school you need to make a presentation from 5 minutes, and you're thinking, what am I going to say in those 5 minutes? And now I'm telling 20 minutes video like it's nothing. Of course I have a cheat sheet. Helps. I need a cheat sheet. I cannot remember every law when I make them. It will be something worth, but no, I cannot do that. But yeah, that was this lesson. It's a lesson that you must follow. It's not something you, oh, I may do not do it because I find it wrong or weird. If you're that guy that thinks that way, try it for a week. And then you see what happens. And it may be small, but if you continue to do that, it shows more. As the same with my family. If I go to my grandma and grandpa, sometimes I go 4 times, sometimes I go 1, or none at all. The sweet spot is more, less, more, less, more, less. Not one line, high or low, just up and down, up and down, up and down. That is the sweet spot to this. That is the point that you need to follow. And if you follow that successfully, you'll start to notice it. It may not happen from the first minute, but it will happen in the long run. So, with that, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope this brought you something, maybe to think about, or not. At least, I thank you for watching this far, and I hope to see you in my next video.